Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel, Mike Rochester. Today we're taking a look at the Redshift Shockstop Suspension Seatpost. This seat post was sent to us, compliments of Redshift, to check out and let them know our honest opinion. There was no strings attached. They sent it to us and said, check it out. It'd be cool to see what you think of it on an e-bike. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's in the box. So in the box, we have our inner spring, which is optional. You do not have to have that in the seat post. We have our seat post and an instruction sheet. So let's go ahead and take everything out. So the first thing we'll do is go ahead and unscrew the preload adjustment plug here. If it's too tight, you can always stick an Allen wrench in there and then just kind of turn it with the Allen wrench to make it easier on your hands. So we have our preload adjustment plug here. This is our inner spring, which is going to be optional. This is a spring spacer, and it also has the instructions on how it loads back up. And then we also have a spring end cap here, a second spring end cap here, and our main spring. So I took all the components out so you can see them. They are greasy, so if you want to wear gloves, just be mindful of that they do have some grease on them. So the reason we took it apart is because what we're going to do is we're going to put this this inner spring inside this larger spring and then reinsert everything back into the seat post the way it came out. And again, there's also an instruction sheet here attached to the spacer to show us. So what we're going to do is put our spring end cap on here and slide that right back into the seat post. Bring her back out a little bit and put our other spring end cap on there, and then slide our main spring spacer back in here, and then reinstall the preload adjustment. Now this preload adjustment, if you can see, has I believe it goes from 1 to 5, and you can tighten it down to your weight. I'm overweight for this, so I'm gonna actually tighten it down as tight as it goes, and it's as simple as that. What we're gonna do here is we're testing the Redshift suspension seat post over some of these small bumps, and you really don't feel anything. When you get down to a curb or one of these gutters and you come down, you just kind of glide over them. It just really feels like it absorbs the bump. So what we're doing now is just kind of weaving in and out of the sidewalk and the street, just to show you how the seat post handles. And this is everyday riding, so I'm like literally nailing every bump I can find as I'm riding here. You don't lose contact with the seat, which makes a huge difference when you hit a bump. So I'm pretty impressed. I never thought that it would make that big of a difference putting a seat post on the bike. But yeah, I never realized how much of a beating I've been taking without one. So far the installation was very simple. I did do the video showing you how to put in the spring. Attaching the seat post, you just unscrew the 2 screws and put it in. Simple as that. So let's go ahead and mount up the other seat post and see how that feels, and we'll take that for a test ride. So we're gonna go ahead and take this one out. Slide this one in. Oh, we got a spacer in there. Remove that spacer. And we're gonna go ahead and slide this one in. And we are off. Okay, so we're gonna take a ride without the suspension seat post and see how it feels. It's so funny because I can already tell you just in these little bumps here, I can feel a difference. The tires absorb a lot, but when you hit a bump like this, that jolts you. You can feel your body hitting, going up and down on the bump. So I would say one of the biggest differences for me is the fact that your body's being jolted around without a suspension seat post on it. And I never thought that would be the case. But I'm going over some of these same bumps that I rode over previously, and what I'm finding is that my body is bouncing around and being jolted, opposed to kind of gliding over some of these bumps that I was gliding over before. The other thing is I feel like as I hit a hard bump, I lose a slight bit of control of the bike for a split second, and I don't feel as safe. And I don't know if it's just because I'm actually losing a little bit of control, or it's the feeling of that when you're jolted by the hard bump that you're hitting. So those are things that I never expected to be the case when I'm riding the bike. I never expected to feel safer with the suspension seat post. I never even gave it any thought. So one thing that I'd like to mention is I am 255 pounds, so I'm a bit overweight for the seat post. Redshift said that they are working on getting a heavier duty seat post for folks that are heavier than 242 pounds. So that's something to look forward to in the future. Okay, that's going to wrap this one up for the Redshift suspension seat post test ride and review. And I'll tell you what, I was amazed at how much that seat post made a difference when I was riding it. The fact that you feel safer on the bike because you're not lifting up off the seat and being jolted when you hit a bump, and also the fact that your body is just not taking nearly the beating that it would without one, are two reasons why I'll be putting one on all my bikes. So please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. That's huge with the YouTube algorithm to help us to grow the channel and to continue to put content out like this. So until next time, ride safe, have fun, see ya!